Hi, this is Nicole Jewell with another sequence for runners. This one is a yoga-inspired sequence. It's for recovery. So use this either after a long run or after a race. So I have Kendall behind me, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. So grab a mat or something, a towel to step on. Bare feet is best. We're gonna start with our feet hip distance. Ground down through all four corners of the feet. And let's just take a few moments here to breathe. We'll inhale deeply through the nose, three-dimensional breath through the torso, open mouth, exhale. So just release those arms down by our sides. Nice strong posture. Two more times. Inhale through the nose, open mouth, exhale. Good, this time let's add the arms. Inhale, reach those arms up. And then exhale, release those arms down. Last time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. From here, we'll do a couple movements for the neck. So drop your chin down to your chest, and let's just do some nice, easy neck rotations, side to side, maybe ear to shoulder. Just kind of loosen everything up. And then move to the shoulders, up and around. Big, big, big shoulder movements, up and around. Releasing some tension there. And reverse, up and around. Continue breathing throughout this whole sequence. Big inhales and either open mouth exhales or exhale through the nose. Good. From here, let's inhale, reach those arms high. Interlace the fingers, cross the thumbs, and extend the pointer finger, and we're gonna stretch over towards the right. Grounding down through all four corners of the feet. Inhale, grow taller. Exhale, up and over. So square your hips and shoulders to the where you're facing. And if this is too much for your shoulders, you can do either both arms released or one arm over. Good, one more inhale here. Exhale, reach up towards the ceiling or the sky. Lifting those arms all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, slowly come back up. And then release those arms down. Good, we'll do the same thing on the other side. Again, re-ground those feet. Inhale, arms lift, tall spine. Fold the hands, point your fingers up, and then exhale up and over towards the other side. So lift those shoulders up out of the sockets there and stretch up and over, creating space in the sides of the torso here. Head stays in line with the spine. Good, one more inhale here. Exhale, reach those arms up high. Good, release, inhale, exhale, release those arms down. And let's just do some arm circles. Arms reach up and around to the back. Opening up the shoulders just a little bit more. Good, keeping the rib cage over the pelvis here. Nice full range of motion. One more time. And reverse, up and around. Inhale, reach. Exhale, release. Again, grounding down through all four corners of the feet. Slight bend in the knees here. Last time. Good. From here, we're gonna go ahead and step the right foot back, tops of the feet on the floor. Nice, good bend in the knees, and just open up and create space in the front of that lower shin. Stretching out the anterior tibialis, the muscle, one of the muscles in the front of the lower leg. Creating a nice long line still with your posture. Good, taking one more inhale here. Exhale, slowly release. Maybe shake out that ankle a little bit if you need to. And repeat to the other side. Tops of the foot, slight bend in the knees. Keep a nice, good, tall spine. Good, one more inhale here. Exhale, slowly bring that foot back, hip distance, maybe circle the ankle there. All right, from here we're gonna go through a tall mountain. So we're gonna inhale, arms tall. Exhale, hands come through heart center. We're gonna take it down to a forward fold. So hinge at your hips, bend at your knees. Option is to place your hands on a block, whatever you have accessible to you. Or if you're a little bit more flexible, you want a little bit more traction in the back, you can fold your arms just like Kendall is doing. Maybe sway from side to side. Just creating some space in the spine. Making sure we don't have any pressure in the lumbar spine. So that's why we want a nice, good hip hinge. Make sure hips are over those knees and ankles. Maybe have the head go forward and back, side to side, as if you're saying yes and no. One more inhale and exhale here. Release the hands down towards the ground. On the next inhale, we're gonna go to a halfway lift. Hands on the shins, iron out the spine. Lengthen through the tailbone, lengthen through the head. Drop your chin just a little bit there, good. Really iron out that back. Weight towards the balls of the feet here. Nice long line. This is a nice good pose for the back. Nice strong back. Inhale through the nose. On the exhale, let's really bring the belly up away from the ground. Taking one more inhale here. On the exhale, bend the knees deeply, place the hands on the mat, take yourself onto your knees, and then open up to a wide child's pose. Toes to touch, arms reach out in front of you, and let's just spread out the fingers nice and wide. We'll align the spine. And let's do a couple open mouth exhales here. So inhale through the nose. Exhale, really fog the mat. Let go of stress and tension. If child's pose is uncomfortable for you in any way, you can place your pelvis up on a block or maybe some towels or something. Relieving some tension also in the knees there with that option. Good, one more inhale here. Open mouth, exhale, and slowly come to a tabletop position. So our tabletop, the hands are below the shoulders, knees are below the hips, hip distance. Ground down through all 10 fingers, but let's leave a slight bend in the elbow here so we're not locking out those elbows. And let's just go through some cat-cows. So we'll start with cow pose. Inhale, drop the belly, lengthen the chest up, head lifts. Exhale, articulate the spine and round into that cat. Really press into the floor. Bring the chin into your chest. Good, so we'll do a few rounds of that. Inhaling through cow and exhaling through cat. Paying attention as you're in cow pose that we're not compressing that cervical spine there, so we'll still leave some space. So it's more of opening the chest versus just extending that head back. One more round. Big, deep inhale one last time. Open mouth, exhale, round that back in. And then come back to a nice neutral position. Good. From here, I'm going to have her get into a plank position. So extend those legs back. We're going to be transitioning to downward facing dog. So from here, inhale, nice strong spine. Exhale, shift your weight back. Ribs towards the quads, bend the knees a little bit. So really lengthen your tailbone up towards the sky here. Head between the biceps, grounding down through the pointer and the thumb. Weight should be out of the wrists here, and she can pedal her feet. She can maybe shift her weight from side to side, whatever feels good. We're aligning the spine, but this pose is also good for stability in the shoulder girdle, creating some strength around the rib cage, and also lengthening the back of her legs. On the next inhale, right leg lifts high to your potential. Good, square off those hips, flex at the ankle, toes to the shins. On the exhale, bring that knee into the chest, place that foot down. We're going to a kneeling lunge. Option here is to have that left knee directly below the pelvis to get some space for the hips. If you look like a little bit more of opening in the hips and you're able to do that, she can bring that left knee back maybe a little bit or transition her hips forward. So from here, inhale, both arms high. On the exhale, interlace the hands again like we did before. Pointer extended, and exhale up and over towards the left. I'm sorry, right to the right side. You're right, towards that bent knee side. So making sure we keep the rib cage in, so lower those ribs a little bit. Head in line with the spine. And as you can see, she does a nice job keeping that forward knee above the ankle. Option is to release those arms and drop that right arm down if you're feeling a lot of pressure in the spine. Good. From here, take another inhale. Exhale, release those arms high towards the sky. So come back up, straighten your spine out, and then release those arms down. Very nice. Good. From here, take those hands on the next inhale. on either side of the foot. Exhale, shoot that leg back, one leg down dog. And then lower down, maybe pedal out the feet. And we'll repeat on the other side. So left leg high this time. Inhale, reach, square off those hips, pull the toes of the shins. Exhale, bring that knee into the chest, maybe hold for a moment before you place that foot down. Good. Kneeling lunge. You may want to prop something underneath your knees to help support your knees. If you don't have a mat, maybe a towel or a blanket or a backpack might work. Good. From here, inhale, arms high. Interlace the hands. Up and over towards the left side this time. Again, keeping the rib cage over the hips. If this is too much on the shoulders, you can release the arms and drop that left arm down. Good, nice tall spine here. Forward knee again above the ankle. Making sure that we lengthen the tailbone down towards the floor. One more inhale here. On the exhale, lift those arms up high. Release those arms down. Place the hands on either side of that foot again. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, one leg down dog. And then place that leg down. Just walk the feet out a little bit. Nice. From here, let's just take another wide child's pose here. Sit back. Realign the spine. 2 rounds of breath. Inhale through the nose. Open mouth, exhale. Last time. Inhale through the nose. And let it all go. Slowly come up onto your knees. Let's bring your knees hip distance. We're going to spread out the toes. So here we're going to open up the bottoms of the feet. She's going to go ahead and spread out those toes as wide as she can. And she's going to sit down on top of her heels. Hands just relax down. This may be intense for some of you. So if it is, maybe take a couple rounds of breath and then release. And then come back in. Do what feels good for you. So we're really opening up the space, the fascia on the soles of the feet, helping with plantar fasciitis. And just opening up space there. So you can stay here for a few more rounds of breath if you like. We're going to take one more. Inhale here. Exhale, flatten those feet and sit down and just take a moment in the opposite direction. Good. From here, we're going to transition onto our backs. Let's take a nice good morning stretch. So let's extend the arms long, feet long. This time you can let the ribs lift, sternum to the sky. Maybe shift from side to side a little bit. Get a nice good long line there. And then let's start with bringing the right knee towards our chest, keeping the left leg anchored into the floor. Let's do some ankle movements. Circulate the ankle clockwise and counterclockwise. Both directions, so really get some good range of motion there. Just relax the head and neck, maybe close the eyes. From here, let's use the hands underneath the hamstrings, keeping them there. And let's do some hip movements. Out and around, maybe 5 times in that direction, and then we'll switch and rotate in the other direction. Let your arms and your hands do the work for you. A towel or a strap may be another option for you if you're noticing that you're not able to relax the shoulders down on the floor. Good. From here, pull those toes in even deeper. Let's place the left foot on our mats. We're going to go into supine pigeon pose. So she's going to cross that right ankle over the left quad, keeping the toes pulled in because that helps support the knee joint here in this rotation in the hip. And then she's going to go ahead and bring that left leg off of the ground, keeping both feet in an active position. And so what she can do is she can use her right elbow and press against her right thigh, opening that up a little bit deeper. Option is to do that or stay here. Again, a strap or a towel would be nice to use here as well to help let the shoulders relax. Let's maintain our tailbone in contact with the floor so we keep the pelvis in a neutral position. One more round of breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale, slowly lower that foot down. Move that leg and full body stretch one last time. Inhale, reach. And then exhale, left knee in towards the chest. Anchor that right foot into the ground. Ankle rotations again. So both directions, so getting really nice movement there at the ankle joint. And let's move towards our hip this time. All the way out and around. See if you notice any type of tension there while you're moving the hips. Trying to keep your pelvis still anchored into the ground, shoulder blades into the ground, just moving at the hip joint. Good. From here, place that right foot on the ground. We'll go into supine pigeon on the other side. So again, keep those toes pulled in. Then we cross that ankle over the thigh. It's really important we keep the ankle and the knee safe. And Kendall does a really good job keeping those toes pulled in. That really helps work the muscles in the front of the legs, which when you run a lot, you do a lot of running, those muscles have a tendency to be weaker, I should say, than the back side. Good, one more round of breath here. Inhale fully through the nose. Exhale, release that foot down. An option is to take another full body stretch if you feel like you need it. And then slowly, soles of the feet are gonna come together. We're gonna do what's called a supine butterfly here. Hands can come by the belly or maybe down by your hips, palms up or palms down, whatever feels good. And just like gravity, take a hold. If you're noticing that maybe your knees are really high off the ground, you can prop blocks underneath both knees or maybe some towels or something that you have access to. But just allow yourself to relax in this position. Inhaling through the nose. Maybe open mouth exhale again here if you'd like. Good, one more round of breath. Inhale through the nose. On the exhale, let's take those hands on either sides of the thighs. Bring the knees in towards each other. Good, now keep them there, pressing the knees in towards each other. Walk the feet out the width of your mat or maybe a little bit wider. We're gonna do more of an active stretch here. Again, working on loosening up the hips a little bit more, and hands can stay where they were before. At any time, if you're feeling any stress or tension in the low back, you can crawl those feet in a little bit closer. Good, one more round of breath. Inhale here. On the exhale, we're gonna open up the knees to meet the feet. She's gonna place her arms out to a nice T shape, palms up, anchor those shoulders into the floor. We're gonna do what we call just windshield wiper movements. Nice, easy, dynamic flow from right to left. Again, creating some space here. Maybe holding on one side if you'd like, holding on the other, inhaling and exhaling deeply. Maybe closing the eyes a little bit. Good, one more time, right and left. Let's even this out. From here, she's gonna bring her feet hip distance again. Actually, place your feet on the mat. We're gonna do our supine bridge. So this is a flowing bridge movement, so it really helps articulate the spine. It's nice and healthy for that back. So crawl the feet in maybe a little bit closer towards your glutes so that when you press up into that bridge, the knees are directly above the ankles. So hands down by your sides. On the inhale, she's gonna lift up. On the exhale, she's gonna start the articulation from the thoracic spine and roll all the way back down, hitting each vertebrae. So we're gonna do this a few times. Inhaling, pressing into the feet, making sure there's no pressure on the cervical spine. Exhale, release. Nice bridge flow. 2 more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Last time, we're gonna hold it up there. An option is to interlace those hands if you have it accessible to you. Chest expansion, really press and ground down through the forearms. Shoulder blades are together here, making sure the pelvis doesn't go out of neutral alignment. And we're gonna breathe here 3 times. Opening up the front side of the body, but not only opening the front side of the body, but we're creating some strength isometrically in the glutes and the hamstrings. Now, if you chose to bind, let's unfold those hands, open the shoulder blades, and now on the next exhale, slowly roll down to the mat. Good, let's just bring both knees in the chest a little bit and round the back a little bit, maybe side to side movements. Good. All right, from here, let's go ahead and take that right leg out long. Nice. Left knee into the chest. Bring that left knee to the outside shoulder. Give it a nice good hug and squeeze. Good, from here, we're gonna do a nice spinal twist. Before I have her twist, I do want her to shift her weight to the left side of the mat. So if we're twisting to the right, we wanna shift over to the left. And what that does is that keeps her left hip directly below her left shoulder. So the spine stays in nice alignment there. And then she's gonna twist over, and then she'll unfold her arms, anchoring the shoulder blades into the ground. And final movement would be to add that look to the opposite way. Now Kendall is pretty flexible here. Her knee goes all the way down to the ground. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. Maybe place a towel or a block underneath that knee. That's fine too. If you'd like a little bit more of an intense stretch here, I say intense, but maybe a little bit more range of motion, you can take your right hand and place it on top of that thigh and maybe just add a little bit more movement there. Yeah. Good, one more inhale here. On the exhale, slowly bring that knee up towards the chest. Good. Give it a nice good hug. And then let's release into a nice full body stretch. Reach those arms out long, legs long. Good. And we'll repeat on the other side. Good, left knee to the chest this time. Good, and then left knee towards the left shoulder. Let's give it a nice good hug and squeeze. There you go. And before we transition over to the other side, let's have her move her body to the right side of the mat this time. And then nice, easy spinal twist over. So Kendall had a nice good adjustment there. She made sure that her hip is directly below her shoulder. That extended leg could be straight, it could be bent, whatever feels good for you. Looking the opposite way. Creating that space in the side body. One more inhale here. On the exhale, bring that knee up towards the chest. Let's bring the left knee to meet it, and let's give yourself a nice big deep hug here with both knees into the chest. Maybe one last time, rocking side to side, maybe forward and back for a little spinal massage. And then if you'd like, before we do our last pose, she can extend the legs and arms, nice full body stretch one last time. Good, and now we're gonna transition. I'm gonna have her bring her knees into her chest, roll over towards her right side and sit up. We're gonna end with what we call legs up the wall. Since we're outside, I'm gonna have her use the tree. And this is a really good ending pose to help release some pressure in the feet and the legs, bring some blood flow to the chest. Let that lactic acid that's been built up, let that kind of flow and dissipate. So you can stay here for 5 minutes, you can stay here for 7, 8 minutes, whatever you have available to you. I'm just gonna have Kendall stay here for 3 rounds of breath for today. But you wanna make sure that your tailbone is close to whatever object that you are leaning against. Another option would be for her to use a block or something to prop up her tailbone, so maybe it's a little bit more less pressure for her low back. So I'm gonna keep her there, but ideally we want her tailbone to be even closer towards that object, but for today I'm just gonna leave her there. So we're gonna inhale and exhale 3 times. Hands can be would feel comfortable on the belly, maybe on the ground. Just close the eyes. Just let yourself relax. And on the last exhale, let's let everything out through our mouth. So inhale fully, last time. Open mouth, exhale, let it all go. And release. And there you have it. So that is a sequence that you can do that is yoga inspired, that you can do after a long run, after a race, just to help bring some range of motion back to the body and to help you relax after a long run. Thank you very much.